The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Well, good day and hello, friends. And how are we doing out there in the land of the internet? You know, I got started this morning and I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? And I was like, what do you mean, what are you going to do? You do this every Tuesday, okay? So this is something that we know what's going on. This isn't new, especially by no stretch of any imagination. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? No, you're going to get motivated and you're going to put your war face on, right? That's my war face. Actually, if anything, I figured I would just come on in here and have a little bit of fun today, talk some shop with you guys. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have a little bit of fun. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start, man. It is a glorious Tuesday. Not only is that, it is, get this one, guys, it is Veterans Day. That's right. We're celebrating a holiday here in the United States of America that should be celebrated. You know, these are those times when our brothers and our sisters go off the war to take care of these things for us. And, you know, a lot of time we take for granted because it's something that we don't physically have to see, and it's never physically touched us. Unless you have a family member that has been off the war or has done this, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. The idea there is not that we want to, how do you say this? That we want to gloat, memory, have any thought of. No, it's just for those guys and those girls that put all that effort in there for us. And it makes it worthwhile. Once again, you guys are hanging out with me this morning. That's right, I'm Wayniac this morning. I hope you're having a glorious morning, and I hope it's turned into something or a great day, depending on where you are at. And I have to say that because this broadcast does go all over the place, by the way. We get broadcasted in Canada, Nova Scotia, all the way here to the Southwest, which is the best, all the way into California and different parts, and Chicago and other places of unknown. So therefore, you know, got to make sure that you guys realize that when I say that this isn't just about little old me. Hello, viewers. How are you guys doing? There's 2 of you out there. Thank you so very much. If you like and you share this, especially if you like it, that really helps in the algorithm portion. And if you help me get that out there by sharing it out to the public, oh my goodness, it's actually a really cool thing that you can do for us.
Tune in daily to NOK's diverse podcasting lineup. Gunja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Wake Up with the Wayniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Tombstoner Wayne Cruz. Grow 420, Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern with the Forgetful Stoner Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve-O. Open Your Eye. Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes, 9:15 Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. Cannabis and Crime. Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Christine Tara from Machete Cat Productions. The IWK 710 Daily Set airs nightly, 7 days a week, with international rotating joint hosts, 7 p.m. Eastern. Rise and shine, it's marijuana time. Wake and bake with Ron McNabb at 7 a.m. Eastern, 7 days a week. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
Wow. Sorry about that, kids. I didn't want you guys getting lost there in and out of our commercial break. So hopefully you got a whole lot going on today. Are you celebrating? Are you getting out there and doing something worthwhile? I hope you are. Hopefully you're barbecuing. That would be a really cool feat right there. Barbecuing with your family, hanging out with your family, getting out there and doing something, or maybe even going to the park or something, or doing something, I don't know, maybe less active, but definitely more family oriented. That to me sounds like a super, super win, right? And I mean, a lot of times you have to understand that we here do this quite a bit. There's the NOK that gives us this broadcast that you're witnessing right now. It's a 55-minute broadcast, guys. We're 6 minutes into it, so you know what's about to happen. And there's also the IWK daily session. So you know that. You can keep up on that as well. Watch some other people smoke it. And there's plenty of other content out there. Get on with it. Yeah, I'm trying to pick in a little technical difficulties going on here in the studio this morning, but that's quite all right, because that's kind of what makes this whole thing happen right here. There are two of you watching. There's one reaction. You know, every time I go to a commercial break, it seems I lose people. And I get it, guys. These commercials are made for a reason, not because I think that they're phenomenal, not that I think that they're worthy of taking your time. They are the way things work, you know, and that's just a part of the system. This is why I don't broadcast on a large broadcasting network, because of the same thing. I don't want to be subjected to what commercials and what information I am told to broadcast. Here, I'm not told, though. That's the great thing. Here, we get to kind of do what we want, and we get to kind of record what we want and get out in the public the way that we want. And the one thing that we have to keep saying over and over to ourselves is how free you are to have this freedom. So if you like and you share this and get those reactions going and get this out there going, by the way, it will help. There are two of you guys watching it this morning. I know what that means. That just means two of you that are ultra bored and you just wanted to see what I'm doing. No, I'm joking. No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not joking. Maybe I'm being completely serious, but I'm not. I think a big part of it is, you know, a lot of people will give themselves a certain amount of time for their fun. And what happens is if they don't reach it, they don't achieve it, they suddenly think that, well, there's a time limit to this. Game over. I can't do this anymore. Now, thing is, we ultimately can do whatever we want. That's what gives us this opportunity in our life. So with that being said, guys, like and share, get this out there. Let's get this algorithm going. Let's get some people knowing that we are here. We're one of those little unsung things that people just, they don't even understand. It's right under their nose. Really. Right there.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.
Well, we're back, and I think I figured out one of the small issues, but we're getting there, and that's all right. We can do it without any of that mumbo jumbo technological crap. Hopefully, you're getting out there and you're having your daily dose of cosmic enforcement juice. You know, coffee, by the way. A lot of people like it. Most people just go, ew, yuck. But it is a thing that some of us drink on the total regular. You know, I drink it even when it's not, when it's nice and hot outside, when it's the afternoon. I drink it all the time. I do love it all the time. I like it cold. I like it hot, kind of like Bubba Gump. You know what I mean? I like it in a whole different bunch of ways. Most of the time, I do like it cold. Cold is definitely my preferred method. I like it on ice, baby, and hopefully you do too. We are now officially sharing this out on the internet right now as we're talking to you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for helping. Thanks for sharing. Currently, I'm going for it. I'm going into the deep end of the pool, and I'm just going to start sharing this out to the world. And we're going to see exactly who listens and who responds. So you guys are here with me right now. That means, oh boy, you're in for some deep trouble. So I don't know where to begin other than let's begin. You know, it is Tuesday, y'all. Hopefully you know exactly where you are in that Tuesday. Hopefully you got started today. And when you got up today, you knew exactly what was on the memorandum. You know, a lot of people just kind of aimlessly float through life because they're not sure about what they're doing. They get confused. They get lost in their memorandum. And then we're forced to suddenly change it. Wow, 5 viewers. Thank you very much this fine day. Now look, I see you guys with your viewing, and I love it. Let's see if we can get the reactions the same. 5 reactions. Go up there with those 5 viewers. We are on a 55-minute strike. Woo! Boy, you're with me. You're 12 minutes and 50 seconds into a 55-minute broadcast of total insanity. That's right. You're waking up with a Wayniac, and you guys got here on time on this fine holiday. What are you doing for this holiday? Have you said thank you to any of your soldiers or any of the friends in your family or anyone who gave a little bit of time to our beautiful country? Hopefully you did. I know it's one of those days where we're not sure how to celebrate. It's not like you give presents out. It's not like you give prizes out, because those boys who went and did that dirty job for us, they got the ultimate prize. They got the ultimate piece of glory. Sorry about that, kids. So how do we say thank you? We do it that way. We let them know with a broad brush and say, thank you so very much for everything you did for us. Keep going. Let's keep the fight happening. A lot of people are like, a fight? What do you mean? There's a fight out there?
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine, and she is spreading that education across the North. Activism, referrals, resources, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no, sir, to propaganda with No Sir. Find them at www.nocer.ca.
You heard what the man said. That's right. No, sir. Get out there and watch some of this NOK broadcast and stuff. Get out there and enjoy yourself, guys. I got some comments going on here. I'll see what I can do about getting into them. Once again, this is only me. Remember that, okay? I'm all alone up here, okay? So I don't have a broadcasting network. Other than, you know, the NOK. What up, Steve-O? You guys know who Steve-O is. Of course you know who Steve-O is. If you didn't, then that means you're not paying attention to what we're always serving here at the NOK. That's right. Well, gosh, let's go. Let's have some fun.
Enjoy the next
Hopefully.
Of uninterrupted.
Yeah, uncommercial, whoever the,
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.
Well, you made it back, and I didn't have to tell you. You survived. It wasn't that bad, was it? Hey, we got 3 viewers, 3 reactions. I think you guys are doing this right now. Thank you so very much for joining along and helping. Wow, today is glorious, man. The sun is shining. It's about 79 degrees outside, and we're trying to figure out what to do. I know so many people are like, what do you eat at 79? It's got to be hot. No. It is on the contrary. It is that sweatshirt weather, and it is perfect out there. And man, it feels good. It looks good. It's all good. I know. Most of the time, most people are like, dude, tell us. Do you miss California and the weather you guys had? And to be honest with you guys, absolutely not. I miss some of the madness just because I lived there my whole life. Good day, James. How are you? But at the same time, I don't miss it. I don't miss the madness. So now that I'm living a cowboy lifestyle, today's my day off. It feels pretty good. When you're doing what I do, you're out on the street a lot, you're talking to people, and you're always being bombarded with personality or people who, maybe they're history buffs. But the one thing that we have to remember is we all vacation differently. We all desire something differently to our day. And that's why some people will tell you, hey, Nova Scotia is the greatest place to travel to. And other people are going to be like, no, Hawaii. Because again, everyone has an opinion of where they want to be, right? I know for me personally, I've been around, I've seen some stuff. But if I'm very honest with you guys, I think we got to get the show on the road. The show is now beginning at 18 minutes after. Let's do it! I do hope that you found your way around and maybe you got here on time and hopefully you got all your stuff in order. Maybe you're going to have a little bit of smoke this morning, or maybe you're just going to sit down with your coffee. You're just about to think, maybe we're going to listen to what this guy has to say. It's not going to be controversial. It's not even going to be anything more than just be good to yourselves. It's all my message ever is going to be to people. Be good to yourself and try to treat you with love and respect. Because what happens is, people get lost along the way. And suddenly they kind of forget what the purpose is and they start treating each other differently. I don't get it personally, but it's a thing. Sometimes we do things out of necessity. Sometimes there's a necessity to things because
There isn't one.
we're still on that commercial break, guys. That is some terrible stuff going on there, but that's all right. We're getting past it. Again, once in a while, you have to just do something different. So yesterday, I went to work. I worked all day long. Then we had a work meeting afterwards. And those meetings are usually interesting because those meetings, everyone wants to vent. Everyone wants to be heard. So then what happens, it becomes it's almost like at home, like a yelling match. And, I kind of felt like I was back in my house as a young boy. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And then I realized halfway through it that it's just like, these people aren't saying anything of importance. They just want to hear themselves talk. Maybe that's what I'm doing up here this morning, just wanting to hear myself talk. You guys are here with me. So through this meeting, the whole time that people are wanting to hear themselves talk, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, the whole time I was like, damn, you guys are like severely unhappy. And then I realized that it has nothing to do with unhappy. It just ended up being one of those things where it's just a bit much for even me. And the comments that people were saying were just a bit time consuming. They had really nothing to do and nothing really relevant to the problem that was at hand. We were talking about marketing and the way that we do things, and yet people wanted to ramble about other things. I know. You're probably wondering, marketing? I know, marketing.
What we have here, the GSX 7775. It reaches speeds beyond all magnificent speeds. It will get you to Night City in no time at all. That's right, if you order now. But just wait, there's a whole lot more.
Wow, it was a short commercial I forgot about. Forgive me, please. Sorry about that, guys. I was taking care of some technical stuff. Didn't realize that commercial was already eating into our time and leaving us so quickly. Look over there at the side right there. You got comments going on, guys. Look up there and see if you're in the comments. If you're in the comments section, that's pretty cool. Thank you for joining me in the comments. If you're not, well, you can be. It's pretty simple. Just go in there, type in there, send what you want. 4 of you are watching. There's 4 reactions. I think we're doing all right today. I'm happy with that. I'd really like to see it in the double digits, but I do understand that becomes a time task. It becomes a task of having people helping you and sharing and all that stuff. But hopefully it is a holiday and you are sitting around wasting it some time trying to figure out what you want to do next. So you're not really hurting yourself and you're not hurting me. You're actually helping our algorithm. A lot of times, most people don't even know they're doing that. Hey, you know where you're at? Of course.
Lefty road through dust and sun. Cowboy life, but ain't done. Came from Cali to Tombstone Land. Podcast mic in his hand. Tales of guns and smoky trails, cactus shadows, dusty veils, lights the pipe green and wild, Wayniac's words fierce as a child.
Oh, it's not really my worst fear, but it's one of those fears. You got to see it right there. Those are a lot of the places that you can find me at Bomb Hit Time 420. It's a public page, paid for you, bomb hitters alike. You can always find me on Keeping It Green. There's a public page. And there's also a private page, Keeping It Green, if you guys want to check in with that. It's pretty easy to do. And you can find me on the Ladies Coffee Time. You can also find me out there all over the web and even hanging out with my friend Shano every once in a while. Thank you again for being here. I'm going to say it over and over because it's so important that we share this with each other. Sharing time with each other is so valuable, especially when you're sharing it in a positive, good way. Are you sharing it in a good, positive way? Are you being out doing what you're supposed to do today? I really hope you are. You know, it's that kind of day today. It tastes glorious. I want to be out there, but I figured I have to broadcast first. Then I'll see myself into the outside world, get some sun on my skin. But till then, I'm going to relax here with you guys. That's right. So cool. Thanks for coming again and hanging out with me this morning. Hopefully you guys are doing this on your every Tuesday and you're starting to get used to seeing this every Tuesday. We have been doing this for some time now. This is not an overnight thing. This isn't a flash in the pan, but we've been doing it. You know, if people don't like it and they don't want it, I will gladly take it elsewhere. So it's a matter of, you know, I try to do this because I enjoy it. Hopefully if I enjoy it, you guys can see the validity behind it. And then maybe you'll enjoy it too. I don't know. Does that sound weird? That's the way we do it here. Good morning. And if you didn't already know this, that's right, it's morning time. Just going. And you're hanging out with me this morning. Come on, get it on. Get your smoke, get your drink, or whatever you're doing on. Maybe you get back to work. You hear that, and you got it back to work. I don't blame you one bit. But since you're here and you're hanging out, I feel the obligation to let you guys know what's going on, and you're hanging out with little old moi. Thank you, by the way, because if it wasn't guys, I would be all alone. Hey, a few people were curious, and they asked me about a video I played a few days ago. I thought I would share it again with you guys because someone had asked about it. Some people were curious about the shootout at the OK Corral. That's one of those things that happens to be here in my town. So I figured with no further ado, I'd take you guys on a short little run to the OK Corral. Now let's go to Tombstone. How about that? There's a little bit of the OK Corral for you guys. Took you down where the shootout may have happened or may not have happened. We're not really sure, but it happened down there. It's where they have the diagrams and everything set up. They have the map set up to show you where the shootout happened, show you where all the good Frank White and all that stuff happened. The idea there is just that it's for entertainment, and I hope you guys are being entertained, and hopefully it's something different you get to see. Hopefully it's not just that, wow, man, we're sitting around and we want to look at dirt.
Gentlemen, we finally meet. Where were you guys? Christopher. So long, you sweet upset. Woo-hoo! You're my best friend. I'm so glad we got to meet.
2 hours later.
No, you're going to take us. No, right now. Pass over to Mark. I can't believe I was going to kill
kill both of you.
Now, just so you guys know, we were acting. There was no one harmed there. There was no one shot there. That was filmed for entertaining purposes only. You know, I love it because people are always wanting to jump on the bandwagon about firearms and the Second Amendment and flagging people and what is free and what is safe. I call bullshit. Because, here's the thing, you know, when you're filming and you're working on things, you've obviously plotted things out for the safety of people. You've obviously thought about where the camera is. You've obviously thought about that you're using a firearm with blanks. So there's some time put into it. This isn't just willy-nilly run up there, shoot each other, and run off. This is one of those, no, we're actually doing this for the sake of doing this, guys. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people are just like, what are you guys doing? I don't get it. Oh my God, James Rivera, Rivera, thank you very much. He said it's in the 30s here. Oh my God, Kim Cooper, Ron McNabb, he tagged in there. Oh, but wait, there's more. That's right. Thank you for the live, Wayne, of the chat. Please remember to like and share and follow and be safe and stay lifted. My goodness, you know what, dude? That was so badass of you to do that right there. Thank you very much. I want everyone there to know that my friend James Rivera, he was here live with me just now, and he's probably still in there. Guys, let's all give him a round of applause. That's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you very much for all that work, amigo. If it wasn't for you sharing and getting that stuff out there, it'd be very difficult for me to get out there and share and do it. Just the fact that you're here, one more time, I'm going to say, James Rivera! That's right. Thanks so very much, amigo. I do appreciate it. And if you guys didn't know, my friend Sir Steve-O is there. At least it showed that he was in the room. Sir Steve-O knows what's up. He can get around. His videos are really cool. His content is really cool. He hangs out with a few different people, so you can always find him somewhere on the web. At least somewhere that you're looking for him, right? I know that's one of those things of having a time and saying, oh, you can get there until, but it's really the time. I know. But the one thing is, we're doing it, and you're here with me. Wow! Sir Steve-O, thanks, brother. I love you too, dude. I do. I really do. Every Tuesday morning, I wake up with this little ball of something in my stomach, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to talk about? The idea here is that we are doing 55-minute broadcast about absolutely nothing. And that's why you're hanging out with me this morning. We are 32 minutes into a 55-minute broadcast, and you guys are hanging out with me. Boy, it sucks for you, don't it? Well, there's some things that have to be done before we can have all the fun that we're going to have. We definitely got to, spare the child, use the whip, or whatever the hell they say. I don't know. No, I don't think they ever said that. And you know what? Why don't we take this elsewhere?
Well, there went my Uber.
Oh, sorry. You caught me while I was typing. Yeah, think about that being your Uber. If that was the way you got around, that would be pretty crazy. Would it not?
Well, finally made it out here. Problem is, the heat is absolutely terrible. And then I ran into these gents. Oh, they take all the fun out of the game. Well, come out to Tombstone. Check this place out. It's actually pretty wild. They say it's where history actually happened. Personally, I haven't seen no history yet, but I'm ready to make some. Get out of here! Birdcage Theater. That's right, the Birdcage Theater, Tombstone, Arizona. This little building showed up in 1881, and they showed the acts of all the troubadours from across the United States. All the way from Shakespeare, all the way to the dancing girls. There's a reason they called it the Birdcage, after all. Some of the finest deals were made here in this here building. Some while playing poker, others while watching the ladies of the night. Birdcage Theater, Tombstone, Arizona. See, the small endeavors are the ones that always end up being the big endeavors. It's kind of like when you're mad at the microwave oven for being mad at the wife for not answering the phone on time. You get my point. Gotta go.
I do appreciate you guys being here still this morning. All right, there are 3 of us hanging out. Man, you guys are the Weary Warrior Club. This is a holiday today, so this is a Hollywood broadcast. Hollywood? What the hell are you talking about? Sorry about that, kid. Holiday. Let's take 2. This is a holiday broadcast, and you guys are hanging out with me. What the fuck was wrong with me earlier? But you guys definitely are here. I do appreciate it. Hopefully your morning is going swell. I'm sure it is, because if it wasn't, well, probably be elsewhere. You know, we sat down this morning and thought, it's coffee or not coffee? And then about 3 coffees later, I thought, coffee. I do love it. Coffee has this ability to, give you the zings for a little bit. Doesn't mean it lasts forever, but, but it's good. I do love the flavor of it. I love what it does. All in. That's why coffee is so important. What about you? You guys into that, or is it not your thing? Some people are like, energy drinks, man, energy drinks. And I'm like, they're just brutal. Energy drinks are rough. The thing is, people like them. If it's a preference thing, then you can never get in the way of a preference, because it's just that. It's a preference, right? I totally agree. Absolutely. Thank you. I love it. I think I'm getting it started. Guys, we made it. Another Tuesday in the books. 3-Eye Atlas has not come down and taken us away to another world. The government it's shut down, is not closed so badly that we're out there fighting in the streets against brothers and sisters in a revolution. It's actually gorgeous outside, and the world is spinning still. Can you imagine that shit? The world is spinning, and people are still doing things, and there's still business going on. I'm very proud of us, just so you know. Okay? Whether you hear the bad, you see the bad, or you want to believe the bad all over the web, I want to believe that we're doing all right. USA! That's right. That's what I'd love to say. A big part of it is that a lot of people don't get it, because they're seeing the media, or they're seeing what they've heard, or what they've talked to from a fellow family member or friend, or even just someone in passing who has fed them some of the wrong information. And then they start carrying that on, and then they provocate it. And now all of a sudden everybody thinks that this thing is fact, it becomes gospel. Then all of a sudden we have, problems. And the thing is, that's not how it works. And the deal really is that we have to make sure that we're being very careful of our words with our friends. So guys, if you're liking this, get it out there and share it. Okay. Got 4 viewers, got 5 reactions. The reactions are coming back in there. We're starting to turn the tides here. So thank you very much if you are enjoying this fine morning. If you are a vet, thank you so very much for all that you do for us, and what you have done for us, and what you do for all the animals. Bad joke. But the moral of the story is that, there's 5 of you watching, 5 reactions, just with the pure talk of that at work. Thank you so very much. I like that. Doing this, it becomes this almost like an addiction, where you think of your show on the day today and you think, well, what am I going to do in the next broadcast? Or what am I going to say that they're going to enjoy? Or do I have enough video content? Do I have enough to keep everyone basically loving what they're seeing? Do I have enough to keep people around?
At the Cochise Hotel, you can make it like it's your own. Boy, oh boy, let me tell you, with 6 bedrooms and 6 baths, there's a lot you can accommodate. The idea of living in history? Most folks want to move in and they think to themselves, well, I'm going to put brand new flooring in there and maybe make me a brand new kitchen. But the problem is you don't have the Dragoon Mountains to stare at. Or maybe Tombstone right up the road. Or maybe you want to go have some barbecue with a few fellas. Or maybe you're just looking to rest your feet. Come on out. Stay the night. Join us here at the Cochise Hotel. Oh, there's things. Gotta go. Hey, hold on. No, put that down. That's important. God damn it.
You watched it. Thank you for joining. You got to see Lefty at work again. The Cochise Hotel, it's pretty cool. That is a historical monument, a spot here in Arizona that we use, and I'm able to walk around and play around inside it. Pretty amazing. The artifacts there definitely date back to the time of Wyatt Earp and back to the time of the Cowboys. So he's got a whole bunch of gambling stuff. Got a bunch of original Pharaoh tables, blackjack tables, and card tables that are original to the 1880s. So it's pretty important that we get to see that stuff, especially if you get to play on one of those 1880 boards. You can also find me.
Spark it up and pass it around. Let freedom's torch make its round. With bong hit time for 20 and good.
All right, kids, we have a little technical difficulties there, so please forgive me. Seems that the web wanted to change. One of the things is that I live out in a rural part of Tombstone, Arizona. We don't get internet out here. There's a whole lot we don't get out here. And your boy, that's me, I do a lot like the Amish. I don't mean the Amish, but I mean the Amish to where, we don't do certain things. We don't use the internet. We watch old DVDs. And we don't really play around on the internet except for what our phones provide. So guys, by the way, if you just got here and you're running a little bit behind, this is a 55-minute broadcast. We are 43 minutes into. We had a little lag there due to the internet. Please forgive me, but we were able to come back. You know what? You come back from it, that's all you can do. And rest and repeat. Try to do the best that you can do. I do appreciate you guys being here this fine morning, and thanks for the likes and the shares. It means a lot. The comments, you know what? It really does well for us to have this. It's because it gives us all a place to come and hang out for a moment. And you know what? I don't get a lot of you hanging out here because maybe I'm just not exciting. Maybe you just don't want to see some old dude talk about nonsense. I don't know. Find out what you want to talk about. I am more than able to talk about multi-subjects. And the one thing is that I like people to know is, education is one of those things that we have to carry on. They say that a farm child gets up through the 7th grade education, and that's about as far as they need. So the one thing is, I don't believe it, and I want to believe that we as people need to get past that, even as a farm child, even as a young person out there in the world. You got to get something, okay? Education is so freaking important to us because we forget about it. Not everywhere is there going to be coloring diagrams and going to be coloring books for you. There's going to be things that you're going to have to digest, and you're going to have to take it in with the internet, that is. And I know a big part is that people get really, really technically weird. Like, I don't want to put my card on there, and I don't want to do that because people are going to find me. Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you go into these internet databases. But that's all. They don't. Some sell your information, some don't. The ones who do, F them. But irrelevant. Thank you for hanging out this morning in a 45-minute broadcast. We're going in there 45 minutes hard right now, guys. We're getting into the 55-minute set, and this is what we got to do. We must stay vigilant. I know. I keep saying this to you guys on repeat, but there's a reason for this because, through time, we're going to run into different things. We're going to run into people that don't agree with us. And this has been something I've been working on lately because all I've been wanting to do is give good content. The idea is that I don't make content based off of other people. I don't make content off what I think is going to get hits. I make content of what I like. I make content, excuse me. I make content for people that want something deeper. So one of the ideas is that we love to have the content, and I love that you guys share it. That alone is glorious because sharing content is going to be king. That's for all of us, for any content creator. You know this already, don't you? Of course you do. That's why you're hanging out this morning wondering what is going on. Oh, you made it back. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I took you on a little road trip right there. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of that highway and the byway. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of that California desert. I know. Maybe it's something you wanted to see. Probably not. I'm aware. But that's all right. We're 48 minutes into a 55-minute broadcast, and I lost a few moments there when we slipped into the artifacts of the dark web. But we're back. Now that we're there, I will make up for it for a 3-minute go for. What the fuck does that mean? I have no clue at all. But that's all right. So, have you read any good books lately? That's right. Have you? I have. Ignite the Goddess and Spark to Reclaim Your Power. That's right. The Falcon Feather and the Valkyrie Sword. What a great book on Norse legend and Norse belief and the whole system of healing and all that good stuff. I always try to tell people that stick to it, listen to it, watch it. You might be able to get something from it you like. And they're just like, oh, it's not what I was raised on. I don't want that. And that's cool too, because everyone's belief is going to be theirs. And what can you do? You can't force feed someone to believe something like that. So what we do, we just slightly show it to them. Then as they view it, they're going to start asking questions, and then we can explain it. It's a lot like the world. You explain it to someone, and they might understand a little better. We are 49 minutes into a 55-minute broadcast today on the NOK Network. That's right. You're hanging out with me, the Wayniac. on the NOK network this morning. We are broadcasting live. You know, you can find my fellow friends here on the IWK. That's right. Put it away for 30 minutes a day on the IWK. Watch my friends get out there and have daily sessions for 30 minutes, and they have a good time and some information, hang out with their friends. You should probably join them and do the same thing. Check out my friend, Sir Steve-O. I love what he does, and I really do like his IWK sesh. They seem to be in the same vein as mine, so therefore it almost feels like I'm with company. If you haven't checked it out, check out my good friend's lives and see what he does and check out his content. Oh, by the way, if you didn't, there's plenty other ones. You know, there's a puppet that's out there. Hobby's the puppet. Hobby's a good friend of mine, and he's got some really good content. I also think if you like content created by a content creator that is making content for content creators and for viewers, check out Hobby's the puppet. I know. At this point, you're like, what's wrong with you, dude? There's probably a whole lot wrong with me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, let's just remember one thing, okay? This is proudly brought to you by the Four Winds. Hugan and Megan calling you with thought and reason. I know if you didn't know that, Hugan and Megan are those little black ravens that hang out with Odin. He is the All-Father, and with that, all right, you guys are hanging out. You made it this far, 51 minutes and a 55-minute broadcast. Thank you so very much. There's 5 of you. There's 5 reactions. I feel like I'm doing okay. I feel like there's a chance I could walk away from this feeling like I have done something today, and thank you very much for being a part of that something. You know, whatever that something is, try to make it enriched. You know, if you can do something and make yourself feel good, other people might catch on to it. It's kind of this weird addiction. So I've been trying to do that lately. It's almost like at work. I try to put smiles out there, and I keep throwing smiles out there. Eventually, someone else is going to smile back. And that is the idea. You know, we're mentally setting up warfare for people because so many people are so unhappy. They want to walk around with frowns. They want to be so angry. They're tough guys and tough girls. The thing is, what I get to do is I get to bridge that. I get to be between the worlds as someone who's a lover of history, as someone who's a father, a vacationer. I get to do it for those people who are vacationing. So I get to kind of give back what I think they would enjoy. I know. 4 viewers, 6 reactions. I think we're doing all right this morning because you know what? I think we're beautiful. I know a lot of people think, what the hell is this hippie talk? But it's true. I do believe that we're beautiful in every single possible way. Most people don't get it because they're so caught up in day to day that you forget how beautiful this miracle really is. You're given a miracle every day of your life. The fact that you are alive is pretty fucking stellar. The fact that you get to carry it on with other friends. The fact that you get to have an enlightening time as well on this voyage that you're on. You know, when we decided to come onto this voyage, they say, or it is said that we have found and chose the people to go on the voyage with. Well, I say thank you to all of you. I didn't want to get through this alone. That would suck. Just remember, you're never alone as long as you're hanging out here and you're coming and checking out stuff on the NOK and the IWK. That's right, the IWK. Maybe you don't know what it is. That's right. Come and join us. Put it away for 30 minutes a day. That's what you got to do. No. We're coming to the end. He says no. He says, but wait, there's more.
What we have here, the GSX 7775. It reaches speeds beyond all magnificent speeds. It will get you to Night City in no time at all. That's right, if you order now. But just wait, there's a whole lot more.
I know. You're like, there is a whole lot more. There's probably a reason he said that. That's why I said it. Well, I'm going to have to break the razor out today and clean this all up so I can look human again. Hopefully you can do the same. Hopefully you are human enough, and hopefully you're having fun, because it would suck if you're not. I only say this because we're hanging out. We're 54 minutes, and we're coming into the ending stretch here, guys. You've chilled out with me this fine morning. We've had some fun. We've talked about a lot. We've even had a technical difficulty that I had to arise from, which I think we did. Hopefully it's working for you, and hopefully you are understanding that. God, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. And I think it's no time like the present. Just carry on with what we got to do. Have a good day, everyone. Stay lifted at what you do. Thank you, Loretta. I appreciate that. And Becca Porche says, smiles for miles. That's right. Smiles for miles. What a beautiful theory. You know, most of the time we're so caught up in the bullshit of life that we forget about that whole thing. Smile. Guys, a smile can change everyone's outlook. And most people don't know that. And then you're right, Loretta. Puff, puff, pass. You know, a lot of people forget about that and they don't pass. And then they get the puff, puff, and then you get a little messed up roach at the end. And then you're like, what do I do? What happened? Oh, well. All right, look, listen, be clear. It is 55 minutes and 16 seconds into a 55-minute broadcast. I did have a technical difficulty earlier, so I'm going to go right past here. I'm going to do a 3-minute overlay, okay? So this 3 minutes, we're really going to get our 3 minutes in there. And thank you for joining me this morning. Hey, get out whatever you want to say on there, and I can definitely share it out there if you like. Once again, check out the NOK, the IWK, and check out Sir Spo and Hobbies Above It. There are plenty of other people. I just don't have a list in front of me, Mr. Ron McNabb. You know, guys, get out and see some stuff. Hey, even if you're not getting out, you're sitting in front of your phone or your internet device, that is still getting out. Maybe watch a video on the outside surroundings. Maybe even break a sweat. My goodness. Take a look. I told you. We are now officially 56 minutes into a 55-minute broadcast. We are 1 minute over, and we're going to pump into the last 2 minutes. Thank you so much for being a part of this with me, guys, today, because without you, I'm not entirely sure. I'd probably be sitting up here alone. I started broadcasting in 2016 on the Keeping It Green network, and it wasn't even a network at that time. It was just me by myself. It was me going online, me going to cannabis events, me going out and shaking hands and meeting people. And then it ended up turning into something. And I didn't know it was going to turn into something. So how wild is that? But the moral of it is, I take it when I get it. And I try to take that ride as long as the ride is there. And, you know, for you guys, I hope you do the same. Remember, and Loretta said it best. That's right. Cheers. Puff, puff, and pass. Most people forget about it. I hope your day is glorious when you pass that thing along. We're now officially 57 minutes into a 55-minute broadcast. I told you what I was doing. I warned you what I was doing. And you guys are still here. I know no one's going to leave quite yet. Because you know why?
I love it. You guys are so great.
We hear that all the time, and we just want you to know, so are you. All right, take a look. 57 minutes into my 55-minute broadcast. I think I've done enough. I think I've said enough. I'm probably annoyed enough of you guys this fine day. I hope that you get your smoke on. I hope you get your drink on. I hope your day becomes glorious. Get out, get some fun, and have some fun. And be a part of all of the fun. And if you can't, just remember, be good to yourself. Guys, get out of here.